The CPC leadership is the choice of the history and our people. The CPC leaders have on many occasions systematically and comprehensively elaborated on this point. This time in the constitutional amendments, as you mentioned just now, many people have also taken note of this particular fact. In the articles of the Constitution and also the general provisions of the first article, we added the following sentence: the leadership of the CPC is the defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics. As you mentioned in your question, in a previous edition, in the Constitution, the CPC leadership is clearly stipulated, and this remains consistent this time around, but it was written in the preamble of the Constitution of the previous edition. The key feature of Chinese Constitution is that it has a very important section that is the preamble of the Constitution, and it has altogether 13 paragraphs. Writing CPC leadership into the preamble, and also it has been mentioned 5 times in the preamble, and it is a very clear wording. Well, there is no problem with the effectiveness and validity of the preamble. So this is the first point I would like to emphasize. In addition, why do we write this sentence into the first article of the Constitution that reads the leadership of the Communist Party of China is the defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics? I think on top of the previous edition, this reinforces and expands the definition, and it has significance on the following 3 fronts. First, it fully demonstrates the ultimate leadership of the CPC. If you read closely the first article of the Constitution, it has provisions about the fundamental system of the country, that is the political system based on workers' democratic dictatorship and alliance between workers and farmers. So this is written into the first part of the Article 1. Socialism is the defining system of the Chinese country, and it is also written into the article. The revision this time demonstrates the ultimate authority and leadership of the CPC. Secondly, it testifies to the comprehensive leadership of the CPC. The first article of the Constitution is an overarching and general article concerning the fundamental system and political institutions of the country. So the CPC leadership is manifested in every part of our daily life. In the 19th Party Congress, General Secretary Xi Jinping mentioned a very important sentence, that is, the CPC has the ultimate leadership over all aspects of our political and social life, which means we have to follow the comprehensive leadership of the CPC. Thirdly,
就是体现了党的领导的时
it
代性。
reflects the fact that the CPC is progressing with the
中国共
times.
产党领导是中国特
The
色
CPC
社会主义
leadership
最本质的特
is
征。
the defining feature of socialism with Chinese characteristics.
大家可以注意一下，党的领导
I would like to
原
draw
来
your
写在宪
attention
法的序
to
言中，那么
the
现在
fact
写在
that
条文中，
changing the CPC leadership from the
其实
preamble
中
into
国
the
特
main
色
body of the
社会主义
Constitution demonstrates
这个中
the
国特
fact
有的术语
that
也是第一次
socialism with
写进
Chinese
宪法的
characteristics
条文中。
has been for the first time written into the
那么宪
Constitution.
法关于社会主义的表述那非常多，我不重复了。
In the Constitution, there are many provisions about
最本质的特征
socialism, but
体现了
the defining feature is the leadership of the CPC, and that speaks to the progress
原有基础
of the CPC in step with the times, and it
深化
reinforces, deepens, and expands the significance of the CPC leadership, and it has special political and legal relevance
你刚才
and
对不起啊
significance.
你刚才提问中呢用了一个
Well,
词
in your
所以我
question,
也想呢这个澄清
You
一下。
mentioned a word that needs to be clarified.
这个党的领导呢第一次写到宪法的正文中，
The CPC leadership
在我的概念呢，
is written for the first time into the main body of the Constitution, but to me, the preamble is also the main body of the Constitution,
所以呢，
and the articles are naturally
是这样
the main body of the Constitution. So, in legal vernacular, we would treat all these into the main body, and we have different chapters and sections concerning the fundamental political systems of the country. So, this revision is a very important part of this amendment, and it demonstrates the ultimate comprehensive and progress of the CPC leadership. Thank you.